Hello world, J Bob the Video Game Slob here, coming back at you from the trunk of my car on a crazy snowy night. So here you go. Sorry about the hushed tones. I'm outside. I don't want to yell at my neighbors. Got some boxed Sega stuff, more Sega stuff, and a whole bunch of Xbox 360 games, some manuals, a Dreamcast Genesis game. 2 layers thick, and the camera lighting isn't good out here, of all sorts of PS2 bulk. And the piece de resistance, if those feet tell you anything, you know what that is. So I'm going to have a cool follow-up video, but I'm not going to have all this with me. So I'm going to go through these, take this up to the game store, divvied out, but I will do a follow-up video on that NES TV. All in, this cost me $500, and I made a $30 profit on some G.I. Joes, so all in at $470. So pretty cool. I'll get back to you. Bye-bye. Alright world, back with J Bob the Video Game Slob with the coolest pickup I have ever had? Maybe. And that's saying something, because you're seeing 4 of those right here. What I have here, if you know what this door is the Sharp NES TV. And so I've seen a few of these. I've had the opportunity to potentially buy them in the past. I tried to get a deal at like $300, $350 for one a few years ago. Couldn't get it done. I've most recently seen them for $900 in terrible shape. And I don't even know if the other guy was selling or not, but he was saying something like, I think $1,500 or $2,000. I think he was being ridiculous, but the point was he wasn't going to let it go. And so what I ended up picking up was this beauty right here. And you can see it fired up pretty well. The guy that sold it to me said it's got some issues, you might not like it, but really it's not that bad. So when I got it, I thought, so I paid $420 for this. I thought, for sure I'm going to go in and do the 72-pin replacement. But frankly, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do that. It's dirty. It's dusty, to be sure. And this needs to be fixed. I don't have the remote, and I'm playing with a dog bone, so I don't have the official remote. So that cost me $80 to have another, controller added to it. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. I don't have any plans to now, but maybe with the right eBay bucks or an eBay certificate or something, I would consider doing that. The sound in the picture is as good as everybody says it is, so I'm just super stoked about it. It doesn't really translate well through the camera that I'm seeing, but it does in person, and so very cool, very happy to have it. Really just a statement piece, in my opinion, or really the pinnacle of the NES collection. I had the other NESs, the basic, the top loader. I have a couple variants. I have a couple boxes, this kind of thing. But this has got to be, up there. I don't want to say grail. I hate that term. But this is a nice piece. This is, if you have an NES collection and you're 735 games short like I am, this is one you want. If you really want to say, I have a cool collection. And to have one that has all 4 feet, I like the feet better than the door, to be honest with you. So I'm super stoked about it. I will look into putting it into the registry and those kind of things, see what the lineage is on it. So I don't want to meander all day. I don't want to talk about it all day. But I do want to sit down here all night kind of playing it. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Never had this as a kid. None of my friends did. This is so sweet to have it. So I'll probably be testing out different games, looking at the quality, checking all that kind of stuff out. So super stoked, as you can tell by my voice. And so I did have some other pickups. It didn't make it to air, but I picked up an original gray DS and a copy of Heart Gold. I paid $40 for that. It wasn't in the greatest condition, to say the least, and it was missing the stylus. And the same with the Heart Gold. It wasn't in the best condition. So I ended up selling those off for $39. And so I ended up with a $1 copy of this 5DS Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship. This is like a $20-some game on price charting. So I probably would have sold it off to make some extra money toward the TV, but it was just kind of rare, and I tried to play it. I tried to get into it. I just couldn't do it. It's not that I don't like Yu-Gi-Oh, although I'm not super familiar with the game. I don't know. I like Magic the Gathering. I don't mind playing that game, but there's just something about Yu-Gi-Oh I can't get into, and so that game was no different. So that's not going to see any further play. You saw the giant box of stuff that I had in the back of the car, and I said, oh, here's the rest of the games. So my buddy paid $40, so I paid $80 for that. That's how we got the $500 from the $420 for the TV. And so my buddy paid $40, and I sold $36 in games to the game store. So that means I paid an extra $4 for the junk that you're about to see. So let's stack up the Samsons, move them to the side here, and show you some real absolute crap. So in addition to that, I should say I also sold some G.I. Joes today, because I know I like to try to keep this channel up to date. Maybe I showed the Joes in another video, I'm not sure. But I sold those for $30 profit. So actually the TV cost me $3.90, making it a little bit of a better deal, because I went from picking the TV up to selling those. So I really paid $3.90 for that and $4 for all these. So enough of that. What did I get? Some PS2 games that I was missing. So this is one of them. For whatever reason, didn't have it. I don't really think it has any value. But it doesn't really look like a great game, but didn't have it. So there that is. This is just a double that the game store didn't want. So what we did was we drafted back and forth. My friend and I, we had 129 games. And so we went back and forth. And so that was just one that will go in the double pile, the trade pile. Maybe the GameStop still pays money for that pile. I don't know. Ballistic. What's really weird about this game is I have this game for the Nuon. If you don't know what a Nuon is, don't be surprised. It's a very weird system. So to have this on the PlayStation was kind of cool. That's why I drafted it. I don't know if it has any value, but to say that I own this on the PlayStation and Nuon is a very unique thing to be able to say. Here's another weird one. So the Herbs on the Xbox, it came out on everything, so there's a lot of them, and this is the special edition of it. So not only did it come out on every system, it came out on every system, probably with 2 variants, so I guess I have that variant now. SpongeBob, just another one that I drafted just to pick, so I'll have to get rid of that. Believe it or not, I didn't have the expansion pack of Dragon Age on the PS3, so again, I didn't have it, so I picked it up. I have this on the 360, and I beat it, and I love it. Dragon Age, this whole series, this whole concept, all the DLC, all these expansion packs, really cool. I think people should have them. So since I love the game so much, I didn't mind picking that up on the PS3. The original Mass Effect, I didn't have the Platinum Hits version, and as you know, I have the 360 set, so having all the variants is pretty cool. Speaking of variants, not that I'm going for a PS2 set, but anytime I see a greatest hits that I don't have, pick it up. So that's pretty cool. 360 variants again. There are so many versions of this game, because not only do you have to get Red Dead Redemption, all its versions, the combo pack or game of the year, whatever it is, where they're all together, and the game of the year versions, but you can get the DLC on its own, and here's the DLC on its own, Platinum Hits. So this is probably my 6th, 8th version of that game. I have no idea. This was a hate draft. I think I've talked in videos past about how I just kind of hoard Jet Set, because I think Jet Set's worth it. So for the fraction, I don't know, quarter that I paid, I'm going to just keep it, put it in my hoard pile. Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2011. Didn't have it, and it's a PlayStation Move compatible, so it's already on my 360 list that I have, but always cool when they have something like specific to one version. This, I wasn't sure if I had the special limited edition shiny version of Duel Masters that says limited edition. I just didn't have that marked in my database, and for the cheapness of the cost, I'll keep it, and if I, already have it and already have this version, I'm just going to take it back to the game store and get, I don't know, fractions, maybe $1.75 for it, but whatever. One on the original PlayStation, don't have it, no idea what it is. Looked interesting from the back, so I drafted it. That's going into the personal collection. Another one of these that I already have on the 360, and I don't really plan to get every game on the PS3. I really prefer to have the ones that are, unique to the PS3 library, or have that special logos or consoles. But this is such a good game that I think it should be worth more, and so I'm kind of speculating on it by having a copy on both systems. Just another Matthews bow hunting, just didn't have it, and so picked it up for the Wii because it was cheap. Games I didn't have. Bionicle Heroes seems really weird that I didn't have it, but I know I have it on a bunch of systems, just didn't have it on that one. GameCube always has these games that you're like, I know I have this, but probably the third copy because I probably have it on Xbox and PS2, but I didn't have that. Same with Rayman Arena. I know I have this on other systems. Guess I didn't have the PS2 version, but since I have so many PS2 versions or games, I just like to have the extras. X-Men Legends, I have the greatest hits, so always nice to have the original black label. And finally, the PlayStation 2 memory card. So I don't know if I put it in a video. I think I did. It might not be uploaded yet, but I went through and pulled out all my extra PS2 memory cards because the video game store doesn't need them. And now I have quite a stack, so I'm glad I didn't get them to eBay because I'll add one more to it. So that turned out to be in one of the cases, so pretty cool. So not bad, $4 for all those games. Essentially $390 for the NES TV with 4 feet and a door, although it's broken. That works fairly well. And the sound, I don't have the sound on obviously, but man, this thing can get super freaking loud. So I'm over 10 minutes. I know I'm probably 12 minutes total in the video. I got this weird reflection going on because I'm popping out. So YouTube, let me know if I'm flexing a little too hard on this, but I am stoked. I don't know. I'm just super happy to have it in my collection. Have you played on it? Do you own one? Hit me up in the comments. Let me know. I appreciate all the views that I'm always amazed I have any views over 0. And so thanks for letting me share the collection with you and my pickups. All right, I'm out. Bye-bye.